Hello and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is WWEdeadman, but you already know that. And as always, if I welcome you from the main screen, you know what's up. 0.25. Now, there's a bunch of new stuff, and we're gonna dive right into it by starting actually a new game. Come on. Give me a career mode here. First of all, of course, you can still choose your flag and stuff. Also, you now have difficulty options, presets like easy, normal, moderate, and hard. And you can also do customs, so you can allow or not allow reverting flights. You can allow or not allow quick loading. You can allow or not allow missing crews to respawn. You can allow or not allow to auto-hire crew members before flight. Same for entry purchases on research. Destructible buildings are a thing now, so you can make them indestructible if you like don't want them to be destructible. And you can allow stock vessels or not, which are the stock stuff that you know, squad build and which works to some extent. Also, you can have custom starting funds and custom starting science and custom starting reputation. Also, your science awards can go from 10 to 1000% funds. You get rewarded for completing contracts, same thing. The reputation you get rewarded, same thing. The fund penalties, same thing. And the reputation penalties, same thing. In any way, if you just accept that, we're gonna call this hype, and we're gonna start. And that brings us, if the game loads, to the second new thing. That building here is an administration building where you now can do stuff with in regards of interchanging the three currencies of funds, reputation, and science. For instance, you can take reputation gains and turn them into funds by doing a fundraising campaign that you can do up to 9 funds per unit of reputation, which costs you 500 reputation to set up. Also, all your reputation gains go into your funds instead. And you can go as low as 5%, which means you get 7.1 funds for each unit of reputation, and you only take 5% of the reputation each time from each mission you complete. Same goes with science into funds, which is patent licensing. Then you can do unpaid research program, which is 5% reputation gains into science. You can also do funds into science. You can also do funds into reputation. You can do science into your reputation. You can do funds. You can decrease your launch costs and R&D purchases, but also reduce your reputation. And you can increase the cost of your vehicle on each launch, but also increase the recovery factor. So that gets up to what? 6% fund cost plus and 15% fund recovery plus. I'm just gonna actually accept that. Yes. Because I want to see something about that. Of course, as always, you can just accept your contracts here, launch a new vessel, for instance, set an altitude records, escape the atmosphere, and orbit Kerbal. The same first contracts that you always get. And you can, of course, research stuff here. Now, if I had turned the in-buy on, you'd actually have to pay this amount of money here. I just forgot to turn it on. So each time I'd research something, I'd need to actually have the stuff here. I'm right now just going to unlock the whole science tree pretty much, just because. I'll be right back. Okay, science tree maxed out. And now, I'm actually going to show off some new parts. So, as you see, we've got a new design for the Mark I cockpit. Looks a lot more sleek and shiny and new and stuff. But the really nice new feature, we've got the entirety of the Spaceplane Plus mod, which includes a drone module for these. Those are the Mark II cockpits, the normal one and the inline one. We've got a lot of new parts here. The fuselage is a little bit updated too, if you see that. Also looks a little bit more sleek and fits the optic of the Spaceplane Plus mod more. Same with the rest of the Spaceplane Plus mod, of course. You can put that on here. That's an adapter to normal round parts. The same thing is, of course, there in smaller, shorter. Then you have the adapter that can have 2 engines adapted to that, or for instance 2 of these, like this. Also, what's nice, if you don't like this surface attachment stuff, just hold Alt now and you will get total freedom to only use nodes. That's especially nice for this specific docking port here, which usually likes to do surface attachment. Now, if I only hold Alt and turn it into the right direction, it just snaps on there very easily in complete and utter disregard of the surface attachment. Which that one I really find very nice. Now, the rest here, those are still the same parts. Apart from, now this SAS unit being a small SAS, not the normal 2.5 meter partner anymore. As you see, the brown SAS wheel is now a small probe SAS, which is small inline reaction wheel, the advanced inline stabilizer, and the SAS module large. Okay. Then we have, of course, the LFO fuselage, which means you can now have the same stuff you could have in B9 and the Spaceplane Plus mod. You have Mark II parts that actually hold not only normal fuel like the normal parts here. You of course also have that one, but you also have liquid fuel oxidizer, as you see. And of course you have the normal fuselage too. And you have monopropellant. As you see, nice yellow stripes and an M on there to make that seem less weird. Or, yeah. In the adapter section on the structural tab, I don't think that we have anything new here. No, actually we don't. Yeah, as you see here, the game actually does the math for you with the stuff usually that you take from these the stuff that you do in the administration facility. It usually does this whole stuff for you. I don't know if that includes the 6% plus on the thing or not. How much does this usually cost? And we'll know. Usually this costs 3,500. Yeah, that also already includes the 6%. See, the game does all the math for you. Now, On the structural stuff, we don't have anything new, as you see. On here, we have a shock cone intake, which is pretty much, I think they have pretty much the same air intake values. Oh, they have actually more air intake than the RAM air intakes. They're pretty awesome. Also, we now have the normal fuselage with intake, which should replace these two parts. Because, yeah, looks better. We've got the standard nose cone, that's all this old stuff. And of course, we've got wings. Like a whole freaking lot of different little and big wings that come in all shapes and and forms and fit together like it's nobody's business. If you actually know what you're doing, which I'm obviously not. See, these look much more sleek if they actually fit together. That's actually the rudders, the control surfaces. So yeah, I have a problem actually fitting those, but hey, this is just need to fit them right. And we've got swept wings, like these, and like these. These look all really cool. In any way, give me my cockpit pack. And under utility, we now have cargo bays. One big one, one small one that you can open and close in the VA or in the building mode, and also the inline clampatron for Mark II parts, which looks awesome, if I may say so, and a crew cabin that you can also include into a Mark II ship if you want to build like a really oops, and I clicked out of my screen. So I clicked out of the screen again. That's still possible. There's still no way to actually say hey, don't let my mouse cursor get out of my screen if you have two screens. Yeah. But never mind that. Yeah, as I said, crew cabin, stuff like that. Yeah, that's that. So you can now, like, for instance, let's build a space plane here real quick. That has a cargo bay. Let's make a small cargo bay, actually. With just like a bunch of science equipment in there. Gravimax, don't really need that. That one, oops. I think I glitched something through. Could you get that center of mass away? Thank you. Yep, I think I glitched the thermometer into the cargo bay. That's a thing. I can of course put that here. And like, don't know. Barometer is not really necessary at that height. We can put like a communitron up there, and then we put a cubic octagonal strut right on there. I was holding Alt there again. Same with this. This stuff loves surface attachment, so this is really awesome to have. And the mystery goo, for instance, can go to both sides of it. And then I close this up. Nothing's even looking out. I like that. Then we can, like, for instance, put... I think you should be able to put solar panels on the doors. I'm gonna see about that real quick. Also, like... like that. How about you angle snap? Okay, obviously those are not attachable to that stuff. Okay, but what you can do is, of course, put them here. And I definitely need some of those because I don't have, I'm not gonna have a engine that's gonna be capable of doing anything in that capacity, because we are going to do liquid fuel fuselage. Don't really need monopropellant. Is that liquid fuel oxidizer? Yep. Does that have oxidizer? Actually, I think it should be enough if I put those on there and then put like rapiers. The rapiest engine ever. And then let's build some wings. And that's where my center of mass and lift come in. Now, as you see, we already have a center of lift. That is because these parts are all actually having a little part that does lift in some sort of form. So, also, I think this should work very well if I do it like this. Especially on the... Oops. If you line them up right, they look like one wing. So like this. This doesn't look like a segmented wing at all to me. So actually, I think it's better if we use this one, since that makes the center of lift actually go where it should be. Also, this looks pretty fucking nice, I gotta say. And it's got the center of lift exactly where I wanted it. We've got some swept avalons even. Elevon, which are the control surfaces, essentially. So we put those like on here. On here. And on here. Make sure they don't yaw. Still do that, good. And then we take like a structural delta wing and make like something like this happen. I don't know how much that actually does in any kind of stuff here, but we're just gonna assume this works. How about you don't do that? Let's see if we can fit those on there like they should. Yes, we can. And those only yaw. Nice. Now that should work. Now we put like wheels under that. Those are still the same wheels that we always had. So we don't really... Oops. Don't really do anything new here. Also disable brakes, unlock steering, and give me like... Oops. The same shit. Okay. First of all, give me 2. And second of all, probably don't do that. Yeah, that's better. Don't know about the stability of that, but hey. Center of lift is slightly behind the center of mass. That's actually not too bad. If we'd like, we could like do some canards front of here. Put that back on. And turn these like that and make that look pretty awesome, I gotta say. Also, we need air intakes, and that's another new part. Structural air intakes that actually fit on top of such a nice construction here and don't look like really bad. Because those are the same kind of intakes, but I think they're actually better in efficiency too. Let's see. 0.5 per... They actually have the same... those have a... okay. 0025 air intake area. 006. Okay, those are actually have a larger area, but the same amount. And both are massless. So yeah. I think this is a pretty nice plane that we can just take for a test flight. I don't actually want this to do anything but to do a little bit of lift. And we're gonna call this SP plus test. Save that, launch that. There we go. SAS on. Oh yeah, there is now a button. If you press C or Z, you have full thrust. We don't. Oh yeah, we have new. We have the full thing of the first contract. I like that. Okay, now we've got Bill and Jab inside the cockpit, which actually, by the way, IVA, looks pretty nice. Hey there. Doesn't it? Looks nice. Okay, so, start. Holy shit, are you loud? I've got my wheels far back. I just realized. Gear in. And now I should be able to fly this thing pretty easily. And I could, for instance, open this cargo bay and do some science here. Like that. And close that again. And I could try out if the second if the island runway and stuff is actually also destructible, like the buildings at KSC. And I think we're gonna do that. I doubt it, but hey, trying. And yes, I'm going to kill off Jab and Bill in this career mode. In this specific one, since they don't respawn. Oh my god. Oh god! Well, new explosion effect. Don't know if you actually saw that. I'm sorry. Boom, motherfucker. Yeah. As for the destructibility of the KSC, I have a little bit of a thing in mind here for destroying some stuff. Get all the way up here, please. And put like that on there. And some launching clamps. And get that all the way up there and launch without any engines on there, and that is should be just a fuel bomb falling down. I have way too much fun with this. Of course, the launch pad is one of the destructible facilities, so... Yeah, so if you were to go to the Space Center now, you don't have a launch pad anymore. Cause some idiot dropped some NASA tanks on there. Launch pad. Out of service. So you couldn't launch actual rockets right now apart from actually launching them from the runway. I mean, you could essentially do that, but see how much it costs to repair that. 640,000. We don't actually have that right now. If I click on there, not enough funds. So I would actually have to do like a lot of contracts here to actually achieve that. I mean, those are like pretty prestigious for the fact that I bumped up their value. There's debris over there. See, that's not a new thing. You've got new stuff. You've got stuff that's lying around in the general vicinity of the KSC. If you see it, you can just click on it and recover it, for instance. And get the money. Yeah. So that is destroyed. We can literally only launch from the launch pad right now. And I'm actually going to launch a little rover right now because I want to show you something. Just put like a... not an SR... Fuck you, game! Fuck this fucking piece of shit getting out of the fucking screen ass in the fuck off. Ah! I hate that so much. I hate it so fucking much. If that was one thing that I would want Squad to fix immediately, that's that. But hey. Let's like put that on there for good measure. And then some rover wheels, some really heavy ones. And some powering by, let's say, these. And then put some of these in here. That. And launch this. Because I want to explore a certain point over at the new facility. Oh yeah, new grass texture. See that? Looks a little bit nicer. Oops. Get up there. Now I wanna see if that actually counts as splashdown. Crew report. From Hey! The administration is now a new biome. Take surface sample. Collect a sample of the surface. And EVA report. I don't think a spacesuit was necessary. Yeah. So, as you see, that's a thing. Also, Space Center button. You can now go to the Space Center without actually recovering without actually pressing escape from any landed and stable orbit situation. You can do that. You can actually recover this. And we get 100% plus 2%. Yeah, you can get up to 100% of your stuff back. You can get back more than you put in, of course. That's even with the new features of the administration building, that's a thing. But if you land in the general vicinity of the KSC, you can get still 100% if you not land on the launch pad and not on the runway. Which is pretty nice in my opinion. I liked it a lot. And Bob is back, of course, and that doesn't even give us reputation because, hey, didn't even do anything for us. Not did it. Okay, that's still the same, and yeah, in general, I'd say want to see if I can destroy the buildings on the other KSC still. So I'm just going to put a fuselage on here. Let's crash into the tower. Oops. F9. Pretty indestructible, I think. But, you know, I could make sure. Yep, definitely not doing anything. While do you see how much that costs? That's 9.69 million. That's 11.7 million. Holy shit. 1.7 million. 1.25 million? 4.5 million. 4.8 million. 2.7 million. The 700,000, 800,000 of the thingy here, that's nothing compared. Also, and yes, you can kill the flag. Should be able to kill the flag. Maybe not in this view. Maybe the flag over here and the water tower. That should work. In any way, this is 0.25. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. You shouldn't go bowling on your runway. Severe damage, it's still operational. Now it's out of service. Yeah, in any way, we're gonna have some fun with this. We're gonna definitely have pretty much fun with that, yeah. In a modded career mode, I do wanna make it a little bit harder for me by cutting down my science gains by half, also the money gains and the reputation gains. Also upping the stuff for the you know, the whole penalty stuff to at least 200%. And I certainly don't want to have the option to revert a flight. I'm gonna leave the quick save and quick load in just because of Kraken attacks and other bugs. And yeah, apart from that, I'm gonna add the what was the name of that? Remote tech. I'm gonna start using remote tech because, as you saw in my or as you see in my currently going on version of the game, it's actually pretty easy to just finish off this mode without ever sending a Kerbal somewhere and just sending satellites everywhere and having satellites in space. And yeah, I just want the satellites to have a little bit more problems communicating with me. So that's why I'm gonna set up the remote tech. So I need to actually have relays and stuff like that to be able to communicate. In any way, I will see you in the next episode back in 0.24.2. Until we are done with our dual mission at least, and then we're gonna start up this new version and we're gonna have some fun. Till then, I'd say like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WWEdeadman. Bye!